Welcome to Need That Podcast. I'm Kevin Koo. I'm here with Zach Brown and Brian Tran.
Yo.
Episode 1 of the podcast. Definitely not because I messed up the recording of the official episode 1. There's a lot I want to actually talk about. I've been watching like a bunch of history documentaries like on YouTube and like little.
Oh, see, are they official if they're on YouTube though?
I mean, that's official enough, man. That's as official as it gets.
I feel you though. He said he was telling the truth, so he had to have been telling the truth, right?
It looked good, but I went down this whole wormhole.
What you been getting into? What's been tickling your fancy?
Well, it's really interesting because this dude basically. People claim that he just promotes U.S. propaganda.
Oh, interesting. Sounds super legit.
But
definitely a trusted source, I'm sure.
Because I know that, I go into it thinking that this is about to be some propaganda type shit. And it's this dude, Johnny Harris. I'm like, he's a freaking wacko. Not a wacko, but like crazy about information. Like he drops all of his sources and like baits people, but like into like. Look at what I looked at and tell me I'm not wrong. And then it's like on all his descriptions.
Trust me, bro.
No, in his description, like he'll drop all the sources. I'm like, I'm not going to go through that.
Your sources.
Like, I'm not going to go through that, but somebody somewhere will maybe. So, like, someone else
then
going to do
something. Trusting someone. It could just be one of his little bots. One of his little Johnny Harris.
It essentially boils down to just trust me, bro.
Yeah,
literally, yeah.
No,
sounds good enough to me.
I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna watch the video, think what I think, and then move on. I'm not doing any research. I'm not gonna look into it. I'm probably not gonna think about it too much, honestly, because all these documentaries, they're all just like about random shit.
So yeah, I feel like you can't call it a documentary just because he calls it a documentary or may call it.
It's like documentary style, like
yeah, but like,
yeah, but like it's like
YouTube documentary. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Well, what exactly was this like propaganda about?
Well, it's not even propaganda. It's just like he does like a lot of world news and like issues around the world and like in the past and stuff like that, and like focuses on like one key thing. He does it in a way like where he's aware. It's not like propaganda, but like he's aware of like how storytelling can like affect someone's like point of view. There's videos where like he'll throughout the whole video he'll like point it out and be like, "Hey, I got you right here. Like you thought this whole thing, and I was just lying." And then
that sounds really trustworthy.
And then like but he will like point out like what you'll. It's not that he's trying to trick you. He's just going along with like a story of like what happened, but only picking out. It's like half truths. Only picking out things that.
I'm gonna have to check this out.
I don't know. It's
I don't want to be giving them views about this.
It's not the whole thing.
Propaganda.
Yeah.
It's not like okay. I was kind of out of pocket by saying it's propaganda, but it's like things that make you think.
Word. That's a heavy word.
I mean, but there's really nothing else to like call it.
I'm pretty sure there is a lot of ways you can describe that without using like propaganda.
It's just
because you can slap propaganda onto anything and it automatically sounds bad.
Yeah, I think that's why I started off so on a rocky foot, on a rocky like, you know what I'm saying? I started off rocky.
Propaganda, dude. Why would you use a king toilet? Why would you use that when you could just use nature? You know what I mean? Just dig a hole in the ground.
Honestly, just be Liver King. Honestly. To do steroids.
Yeah, go to meat propaganda.
Eat testicles and liver.
Very trustworthy.
And then apologize when you get caught up for it. For the steroid thing.
No, but the thing is, I'm digging.
Listen, you got me, like, I'm interested to look at it. Probably, maybe, possibly for all the wrong reasons, but hey, No,
but like he'll make a video on nanochips. Talk about how China's buying all the nanochips. So U.S. is like, oh, cut that out. But it's like not even them buying all these nanochips. That's the problem. It's the U.S. selling the idea for them, like the pens for them, and giving it to them. And like they're building this new shit. There's videos like that are made to make China look bad.
Yeah.
And the U.S. look better. And like you can see that and knowing that. And like just because of the fact that he tells you the storytelling, like I don't know. I guess if you watch his videos and not know that beforehand, I can understand why you would believe everything that he says, which is crazy to think that his storytelling is that good.
Anything. It's all about perspective, really. Just because he's out there spewing this and that doesn't mean that, like, not everyone that's watching it is like, this guy is the truth, you know?
I don't think a lot of people are. Because, like...
Does he have, like, millions of subs, or...
I think he has a good amount.
That's dangerous.
Because he preaches, like, conversation, like, people check his sources and do research, and, like, he preaches that, but I don't know.
That could also just
it's
be,
like,
hey, dive deeper into this rabbit hole, my little followers.
But a lot of his shit is, like, stuff, like, I really don't care that much about, you know what I mean? So, like, am I really going to do this research about this shit that I really don't care that much about? But, like, some things are pretty interesting. Pretty cool. But that just brings me down to this whole thing of, like, that storytelling, like, how he just grabs your attention through, like, his videos. Like, it's really high production videos. Really crazy to think about.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
That was a pretty cool, like, thing that I saw this week. I was at Home Depot, and I swear to God, this lady, she didn't look real.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine, like, a 50, 60-year-old, like, tan, blonde. She had a lot of work done.
Yeah. That always, people...
You know, that's not exactly... I wouldn't say it's not common, but it's not exactly rare either.
No. But the one that I saw was, like, straight out of GTA.
Oh.
Like,
yeah, no,
it literally looked ridiculous.
Like, fall in, like, they get, like, addicted to it.
Dude.
It's also, like, you know, it's hard to fix that mistake if you make it, because you're like, oh, well, if I do this and this to my face after I've already fucked up my nose beyond belief.
She doubled down.
Yeah.
That's what Michael Jackson did, because, like, originally he had plastic surgery to kind of, like, because every time he looked in the mirror, he thought of his father. So he didn't like that. So he went and got the plastic surgery, but then, like, he didn't, you know what I mean? He just kept going down that chain of, like, body dysmorphia, essentially.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, you know, people are into what they're into, and they like what they like. Not everyone... Those people probably think they look great, which is something else. But like I said, you know, all about perspective, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, you know?
To be fair, she had massive tits, though.
This guy.
Well, I wonder what that person looked like before any of it, you know?
There's got to be, like, a line, though, that this...
No, she
For me, there definitely is a line of how big is too big, and...
She crossed it.
Yeah.
Way...
At that point, it's kind of, like, comical. You're just, like...
Mile down the road, past... It didn't look real.
Because it wasn't?
Oh, yeah.
South Korea has, like, their culture is basically based around, like, plastic surgery and all that.
Was it?
South Korea? Like, with all that like, all the idol stuff, plastic surgery is a huge thing over there.
Oh, yeah. Well, don't they have to be, like, perfect? They're basically, like...
Not perfect, but...
I mean, damn near. Everything their whole life is basically scheduled. Like the K-pop stars, is that what you're talking about?
Not just them, but like just the culture in general. There's a lot of people over there that get plastic surgery to like.
It's like normalized over there.
Yeah, about the same as makeup.
That's crazy. Well, actually, yeah, that is crazy. I feel like that's weird just to normalize it that much.
I think a part of it has to do with America for sure, and America's beauty standards that kind of just infected the whole world. I noticed it in some like Vietnamese products too, just like lotion that has whitening properties and stuff like that. And I'm just there like, why? Why do you need to do that to yourself? Why do you need to bleach your skin to like conform?
Well, because
isn't beauty standards that is just simply impossible to achieve.
Well, like, even in Asia, isn't like if you're darker skin, like you get treated different, like you get looked at it different. Like that's like you're like the working class of Asians. Like isn't that what that's from?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a black person going to like Japan or something, you're 100% going to be tokenized. Like people will look at you like you're some kind of.
Is that a word?
Yes.
Oh shit! I thought you just said that. Okay, never mind.
I mean,
it didn't sound right.
I knew exactly what.
If it wasn't, that was on point. If it wasn't, it was on point. But that was amazing. Oh, my fault.
No, but the scarcity of like people of color in Asia is definitely a wild thing to consider. Like, I just think the beauty standards that America has set upon the world is definitely bullshit, and a lot of people are destroying their bodies. And swinging back to the Michael Jackson thing, Michael Jackson wasn't even bad looking before he had plastic surgery, like, at all. So, kind of makes me think, like,
I mean, I don't think he was a good looking dude back then, but
I mean,
Listen, he was the king of pop. Right?
he was the king. He was the king.
if we're males, so we're obviously probably not going to find him attractive.
No, he was cute as fuck. Put it on the record, Michael Jackson was cute as fuck. Prior to the...
I have no problems admitting when a man looks
prior to
good, but
the, you know, for Goblin MJ, but he was really on that Goblin mode, yo.
Right.
he's in goblin mode.
So you ever heard of Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Neil deGrasse Tyson got shit on Gojo Saucer, okay?
But no, but his explanation on Infinity was annoyed me. I don't know. I forgot what it was, but it's.
I feel like everybody had a fascination with him, like around 2012 or some shit, and then we were like, "Oh yeah, I guess
Man,
so."
smart black guys are the best black guys.
I've seen him on. I've heard him on like Joe Rogan and stuff like that, and dude cannot take a joke. Well, like, he can definitely take a joke. It's just every time Joe sets up for a perfect joke, he just goes on right through and gets on to the scientific facts about everything. And then I know everything about every solar system ever. All you could have just said it was a fucking joke, and I would have been satisfied. That motherfucker.
He's definitely the type of guy that scares the bitches away.
Like, he just rambles on about space for hours. He can go on
That's
and
because
on.
he's learned all. That's what you have to do when you learn that much stuff. You have to tell people, right? I mean, there's nothing else to do.
In the right context, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
if you're just having a drink with the boys and then you start going on about the string theory and shit, people are just like, yo, dude, you're...
I've never had a drink with Neil deGrasse Tyson. I don't know what he's like when you're just having a drink. You know what I mean? I didn't know you guys were boys with Neil. Oh, like that. Can I call him that?
Neil.
Mr.
Tyson. Dr. Tyson.
But you know what I mean? Because you're not seeing him in his regular people settings. You're seeing him when he has an outlet, when he's given an outlet specifically to, you know.
On a normal day, he's just out in the street screaming about the sky.
I think I saw a video where he was telling the reason why he doesn't have a phone case.
What? Why doesn't he have a phone case? No, this is gonna be something.
Why is
I think it's because he's like, because I know it's going to be riskier if
Because he's a
mess
multi-millionaire
around
and
with
he
it.
can just get a new phone whenever he wants.
But he
he
just
doesn't
went so
carry
in depth for something that was so simple. I'm
That's
just
my
like,
point. Yeah, like why, Neil? No one cares. But this is exactly what we were talking about at dinner, Neil. There's a bunch of phone cases or therefore lack of Neil.
That's some shit. That's some shit he would bring up. Notice that I don't have a phone case. Like, motherfucker.
No, yeah, I feel like it's dangerous to be in a room with Neil deGrasse Tyson with any
He knows too much
number
about
of
everything.
seconds of silence. I feel like he's going to try to fill in any point he can because he just knows too much shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, he just knows too much. He's like, I gotta tell someone. Someone needs to know this useless information. Not useless. It's not all useless, but...
Do we just look at really, really, like, smart people, like, crazy people?
No, I don't. I mean, to an extent,
I mean, to be
yeah,
honest,
I guess.
if you're like intelligent like that, there's definitely like, you can border between insanity and sanity for sure.
Yeah, that's what I also feel like. In his mind, he's like, I gotta get this out. Someone needs to hear this because I'm the only one hearing it. So someone needs to hear it.
He's
Like,
probably going all day, like, I'm surrounded by idiots. Like,
Look, would you consider Albert Einstein to be a sane person?
anyone who thinks outside the box like that.
You ever watched a Netflix show on Albert Einstein?
I did.
I think he fucked his cousin or
I
something.
did miss the Albert Einstein. vlog.
I didn't know that was...
He definitely had something going on with
That
his
was
relatives.
smooth back in the day, though.
I mean, everyone was fucking cousins back in the day.
What does that mean? Are you?
What? No, it's just a fact. It's just a fact.
Back in the day,
guess
that's
so.
what they were.
12-year-old cousin or niece or something like that.
You're talking about like,
No, they were clapping cousin cheeks back in the day.
but how far are you talking about? Because Albert Einstein wasn't like, he wasn't somebody that existed.
The
in,
queen
like,
was still alive.
Oh, when was Albert? Hold on. Do I know time at all? Damn, no, Albert's not even that. Damn.
The Queen was still alive.
55. That's crazy.
The Queen was still alive.
But he was born in 1879. Like, I don't know what's going on in 1879.
The royal
You're
family
right.
was fucking cousins. That's what was happening in 18.
I might be
whatever
totally
you
wrong
said.
on that, but he was fucking somebody in his family tree that should
only
be.
30 years removed from Edgar Allan Poe dying. Like,
Yeah, he was fucked up.
They was fucking cousins. England's crazy.
Yeah, you would.
England's
No.
crazy.
Edgar Allan Poe was a genius
Wait, no,
poet.
it's not even England because like the royal family's like all over like Europe, right?
hold on, where's the royal family? I'm talking about Alberto Einstein. He's fucking German.
Well, yeah.
And
So
Edgar
was
Allan Poe's
so was
married.
the Queen. No, she was Greek.
Wait, what? The Queen of England
Yeah,
is Greek?
she wasn't from England.
What the fuck?
No, they're
Don't
not.
you have to be like in the royal family?
Yeah, doesn't matter. Royal
can
families,
marry
they're all
into a
cousins from
royal family.
all over the place, fucking each other. Germany, Italy, Greece.
Okay.
Dude, that's all they were doing.
Yeah, would you consider Edgar Allan Poe to be sane?
No, wait, what? What about him though? I don't know anything about him. Other than
The genius poet who
yeah, other than poet. What?
who literally slept next to his dead lover.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think any sane person's doing that.
Yeah, but why? What if we're just not doing it because we're insane? What if that's like the schmoo? You're just sleep next to dead people that you love. And
You
we're
think
just out here like,
You think he was
That's
just
crazy.
You think he was just sleeping? You think he was just sleeping next? You don't think there wasn't a night?
There might
I
have
mean,
been.
he was like, he was taking a bath. He dropped a bath bomb in there, had the candles lit.
yeah.
Across from her,
rigor
across from
mortis.
him.
Somebody's here.
Man, I ordered pizza. I'll be right back. What were we talking about? We were talking about Edgar Allan Poe.
We're talking about smart people being insane.
Yes, are smart people insane? Is it more normal for a smart person to be insane?
I think smart people have the capability to go insane because their mind is just so like good at like thinking about possibilities, and they might tread into the wrong territory, right? Like if they don't put in barriers, their intuition is going to go wild and assume that everything is just, you know what I mean? I can't really explain it, but can you understand what I'm saying? Like there's definitely like boundaries that smart people can break in their mind that would be borderline insanity,
Yeah,
unless they
mental
recognize they're like,
capabilities
yo,
are
wait a minute.
A lot of their mental capabilities are like a lot more like heightened than everything in that capacity. But doesn't it probably gets like annoying to be around everyday people if you're like extremely smart, and do you think that drives
that's
people
the difference,
crazy?
though, between when smart people go crazy when they don't, is if you're able to tolerate that. In any fashion, though, I'm not even that smart, and I fucking hate being around people that are dumber than me.
Exactly,
Like,
you know.
It's not like just being. I hate stupid things. I hate when people do stupid shit. It's a big pet peeve. You know, common sense stuff really just drives me crazy.
Well, that's the thing. Common sense to you might not be common sense to a lot of people.
I'm calling it common sense for a reason, though. Everyone's supposed to have it. It's not. I'm not talking about niche things. I just mean regular life things I see sometimes. I'm like, fuck just happened? What just happened? What am I watching right now? That's an NPC. That's what I think I see shit like that. That person's not real. That's just a string of code.
That's what I thought when I saw that lady at the Home Depot.
Maybe I'm crazy. But yeah, she just got out of the player editor
Dude, and just the way that she looked at me too.
like an NPC.
She was walking on the crosswalk, so we had a moment, man.
So were you in your car?
I was in my car. We just had a
man.
moment. It just didn't feel
She's
real.
thinking like, oh wow, he probably thinks I'm so attractive.
You know, she was doing it. She was doing it. She was doing something. I don't know. She was on it though. Oh yeah, but about the royal family. Man, you know what? Do we care about the royal family? Does anyone care about the royal family?
I don't give a fuck.
Man, fuck the royal family. Can you say that?
Honestly,
Yeah, what are they gonna do?
What are they,
Yeah.
they don't have any power no more, right? What do
They didn't have
what do they
power
do?
for a while.
Hold on, I just want to say how the prince that's left the royal family, You left the royal family during the time to be the easiest time to be in the royal family. You don't got to go to war. You don't got to fight none. You don't got no responsibilities.
He's different. He's not a follower. He's a leader. I mean, that's a real leader.
A real leader.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting. He's
carving his own path.
No, he's carving his the fucking wife's pussy.
Yeah, she's bad as shit.
Yeah, she is. But
she's super bad. She's beautiful.
She got him pussy whipped, bro. Which perfectly makes sense.
I see her little simp.
Dude, he left the royal family for her.
Yeah, exactly. I would too. Well, actually, no.
Some Hershey.
I would leave the royal family for her. I would not leave my family for her, if that makes sense. You know?
What if family is your family?
What if it was one and the same?
Well, that's what we're talking. If it was my family as the royal family, as it is now, no changes, but just the title change.
You are now the royal family.
I would not leave the royal family. I would leave that dog shit family that they currently call the royal family, though, for her. My point is that they are the issue. It's not her and him and his
I'm trying to put you on
my family is good. No, my family is good. It's just a title change. No.
You felt that fucking that sweat beat just.
Yeah, no, I know. You're trying to catch me slipping real quick.
He's like, fuck a family, I'll start one.
No, yeah, literally. I mean, I don't blame him. That's my point. For the record, I have to say I would not leave my family. I would only leave that dog shit.
But the thing is, you'd leave that royal family if your family was a royal family. Is that what you're saying?
No. If that royal family was the family,
which is your family,
if it was my family,
situation, that is the royal family.
If it's my family, it's Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not fucking leaving. You thought? I'll be Drake. I just need to know what the pussy like, so one time is fine with me. You know, I'm sorry, Megan. You gotta get the fuck out of here now. Yeah. My family doesn't like you.
Is that her name?
I think so. I hope it is. I'm spitballing there. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not gonna look it up either. We live life on the edge of our coattails around here, you know. Yes, and we all wear long overcoats with coattails, by the way. Have
you ever seen like an Indian? Like from India?
I would like to think so.
Yeah. I go outside a decent bit, yeah.
I don't remember the last time. Oh, wait, yeah. Actually, I don't know if it was true Indian.
Is anyone true Indian?
Actually, he's probably Indian. But,
do you just keep a record book of the last time? So I haven't seen this. I haven't seen
it in a while. But, no, but Indian women are beautiful.
Yeah. There's beautiful women of all shapes and sizes and colors and IQs, you know,
and IQs.
Boob sizes and.
I was agreeing with the first half.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I'm still.
Did you say boot size?
No, I didn't. No one said that. No one said that, Kevin. I've been, just how I was saying, watching My Hero Academia. I don't like they give children tits. I don't like it.
Wait, what?
I don't like they give children tits.
Yeah, they are. The author's definitely drawing on that one, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying, They're fucking children. They're children. And
I catch myself. That's a lot of Japan's, like, anime.
I know. But when it's called, when it is called My Hero, that's like the one, what was that? What was the one anime? It's like High School of the Dead or something like that. It's almost like
too much. It was a good story, but it was too much.
All fan service. It was so much fan service. Like,
it was way too much.
I remember the one scene they did it for me. They this girl, a sniper on her back or something, and she fell, and because he grabbed the sniper or whatever, and he uses her boobs as, the tripod. And I was just like, that moment, because he's shooting this, 50 caliber sniper rifle at these zombies.
That would have ripped her titty off, yo.
Literally. And it's just
ripped her titty.
It's just jiggle physics and children.
Wasn't there, a scene where, literally there was a bullet going slow-mo, like the Matrix, and then her boobs just jiggling?
Literally, yes. Literally, yes. And I'm like, yo, I finished it just because I'm like, how how much can they do this? Like, because I'm not a big fan of fan service or like that. But I get that you know.
That was overkill, though.
That
was
show
overkill.
was just, and it's called High School of the Dead. I'm like, yo, guys,
They had a good story. It's like,
come on.
Honestly, if you left out all those scenes, it would have been a good ass anime anyway.
Literally, yeah. That's what it had me at certain points in time. I'm just like, God, I forgot about this. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
That's one of the animes you can't put on. Like, you can't put it.
I know. I don't
anyone
know
onto that.
I watched that.
Yeah, you
like,
can't say.
well, I mean,
Oh, you should start with this one. No.
yeah, actually, a great sort of anime.
Nah, just say Boku no Pico. That's a great one. Start with it.
What is that?
You don't know, bro?
What is that?
I have heard of it. I don't know what it is though.
Just Google it. That's all I have to say.
Man, we're on a podcast. Ain't no time for Google.
There's always time for you.
What, you want me to describe it?
No, never mind. Don't be doing that.
What was it called?
Boku
Mm-hmm.
no Pico.
Boku no Pico. That don't sound right. That Boku no Pico. I don't know. It don't sound like it. It don't sound like it.
Oh, word. Interesting.
What? Hold on. Let me get the cover art. Don't
worry about it, Kevin.
Let me get the cover art.
He's trying to protect you.
Kevin, really?
The cover art. Oh, well, how bad can the cover art be? All right, the cover art is bad.
Description.
The cover art is bad.
If you want context with it,
No, I'm gonna
get the description on Google. Boku no Pico is a Japanese original video animation hentai series produced by Natural High. Yeah, so anyways, Kevin, you want to see it so goddamn bad, you get context with it too, and make it so much worse than it already was. Somehow.
I'm going to say this. If you think you saw a girl on that cover art, it's not a girl, bro.
Word?
No.
It is so no. Even worse. It's even worse. It's 2023. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Never mind.
But that's not even the start of it, but I won't go beyond that. That just used to be like an inside joke.
Have you watched it? No. And I'm not judging you if you have. Because I might have to.
It looks like a great anime.
Bro, he literally said hentai, bro.
I don't.
I mean, they probably put a lot of effort into the animation, and
I personally have never watched it because I saw this one YouTuber do a video.
Oh, the story follows 3 young boys as they explore their sexuality. I'm cool on that. Personally. I'm personally cool on that. I think.
Yeah, I'm chill on that, man. Y'all got that, but you know,
I thought that was a brother and sister on the cover.
I thought that was.
There's not even a hentai. There's actually a show that explores incest.
Yeah, it's called Sword Art Online.
That wasn't even the show I was talking about. Right?
That was one that really just caught me because I was like, wait, this isn't happening like I think it's happening, right? And then I'm like, oh no.
So he bags this like gamer chick that's honestly like I would assume would be a portraying conventional attractiveness because you have this perfectly clear skinned girl who's just like, yo, I'm in love with you. And you're like, cool, bro, let's finish this game so we can live together. And then he starts hitting on his fucking cousin, essentially, after the fact.
Yeah, and his sister falls in love with him. and she knows it's him, and she's still cool even after she finds out it's him. Like, she's still in love with him. He isn't with the shits. I'm pretty sure. If I remember correctly, he's not the most with it because he got bad shorty already. But
His cousin.
No, the actual, like the first girl.
The first OG.
I think so. I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched Sword Art Online. It was my freshman year of college. I was clearly down bad. No, I thought I liked the concept of Sword Art Online.
Yeah, the world building was good, but this is how you take like a really good concept and absolutely fuck it up.
The premise of it, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you have this video game, you have to beat the levels of it, and you know what I mean? Once you, I like that. Like, I wish there was a game like that.
Ooh, on Tower of God. Remember what you sent me?
They dropped one season of that, and then we're like, peace.
Yeah, remember? I think you told me.
I read some of the.
You sent that.
My girl told me to watch that, and I started. Did I finish that? There's like I don't know. There's
Okay,
you ever
'cause-
watch anime and you be like, oh, I never watched this anime. Oh, I know that's the one with
Like it starts off like shit,
with
and then the black turtle.
Yeah. I remember. Okay, I do remember that now. Yeah, I watch a lot of anime, and sometimes I'm like, I never watched it. And then I start watching. I'm like,
Dude, that's what I saw that before, but you sent me that, and then I started watching it again since you sent me that. I'm like, wait, I've seen this before.
yeah.
No, that happens so many times where I'll randomly start watching like halfway through the episode, and I'm like, wait, I've seen this whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always a tragedy when you got good anime and you're like one season, one fucking season.
They're gonna animate more seasons. It's just they're taking their time with it for some reason.
No,
But that's
some
what's
are one
always
and done.
dangerous though. Like I feel it always starts like, oh, we'll be back. Don't worry. You know, Pops just went out to grab a pack of cigarettes. He'll be back. Don't worry.
We'll be back with milk and cigarettes.
Exactly. And a new season of anime.
Yeah, but they're like right now they're exploring that line between like what makes like how can you fuse Japanese anime with Korean manhwa, because they're two different cultures, you know what I mean? So right now one of the other ones, Solo Leveling and shit, they're trying to do an
That's
anime
really good.
adaptation.
That's the one that you told me.
Yeah,
Oh.
I
You
told
gotta read that. That
You gotta
shit
read that.
is
Yeah, I literally it's on my
it's pretty much
my
Sword Art
favorite.
Online, but better.
on my it's there, it's ready there.
It's so
I look
good.
at it every day basically.
Oh my
Solo
god.
Leveling.
Oh my.
Dude, it's basically Sword Art, but better.
Like you won't be able to like stop because like it flows so well, just the whole story all the way through.
It's
Like,
pretty much if you took Kirito, but actually like made him good and not a gamer.
did you say take burrito and made it good?
Kirito.
Oh,
Sword Art Online.
I was gonna say I just heard something completely way.
He said burrito.
I'm not gonna lie, dude, I've been since I started watching anime again yesterday. No, it was really Ragnarok. When it came out, I was like, oh, there's no time like
Today.
right now, yeah.
Dude, honestly, I didn't expect it to come out. We waited a long time for that. I binge watched it all in one night, and I feel like the anime, as much shit you give, it's not that bad.
That's what I thought about the first season until I read the manga, and I wouldn't feel if I never read the manga, I wouldn't feel the same way about season 2 as I do.
Man,
But it's just
that's why we don't want to.
when I'm getting hyped about fights, reading panels of manga, I want to get hyped about that same fight when I'm watching the animation. You know what I mean? And it just didn't deliver for me.
A lot
The
of the
story is
fights.
always the story is good. Even like the main story and the underlying story, you know,
the background
yeah.
stories for each character,
That and even like what is going on.
the build up, everything, the whole
There's
situation.
shit at the top going on that you don't really know about, but they kind of sprinkle you information on that, and I mean that is also, but it just doesn't. I'd rather read it, which is saying something because I'm not like a reader. I am literate though.
I don't know how I feel. Honestly, it's hard for me to get into like manga and stuff like that. It's just
I mean,
there's only a few anime. There's only a few anime.
Well, technically, I guess Attack on Titan was
Yeah,
the first one I dabbled in because I was tired of waiting.
there's only a few animes that will like make me go to the manga.
It's a lot.
That's
Even with manga, I'll sit there and binge read for 3,
Hours.
4, 5, 6 hours, and then won't touch it for a month and a half.
Swear. I think that's what I did with Solo Leveling. Like, I went through it all and no, actually I went through a bunch of it in one night, and then the next day I finished it. And man, it was a lot. I forgot a bunch of it throughout. I'll probably want to go through it again. They're making an anime of that, so I really want to see that and see how they carry that out. Hopefully don't fumble the bag.
But see, yeah, that's
I'm not gonna lie, my expectations are low for that.
Yeah, but I really but
I gotta keep them low because if they,
low expectations are the best
If they
expectations.
surpass
You
those-
can't be disappointed.
I'm like, okay. But if they're like, or if they fuck it up, I'm just like, okay, yeah, well, the manga was better.
I mean, it's Solo Leveling. They did such a good job with the paneling and everything, frame by frame. They did, you've seen it, you read it. They did a really good job, each frame.
Yeah,
So
some
it's
of the
hard
things
to
look
mess up.
really beautiful.
It would be hard to mess up that animation. They play it out so smooth, throughout the whole story. You know what I mean? It would be really hard to mess that one up since it was done so well.
Yeah, but frame by frame, you're right, because I remember that that one scene in the manhwa where they're in the ice dungeon, and one of the elves just shot an arrow at one of the weaker hunters.
Yeah.
And then Sung or SJW pretty much just caught it with his hand, but it wasn't just like obviously a really fast arrow. But even then, you saw the arrow.
It had motion.
Yeah, and then it was complete. It was a complete motion.
Oh yeah, I still say there's a few mangas that are like that good with picturing. There's a lot of mangas that are more for like story,
super good with
more like
handling and the motion of the story. Like it flows very well.
Because like I like a lot of mangas like that are like that where they really want you to use your imagination instead of like putting words into like describing everything. Like I feel like that takes a part away. That's lazy art, for like the art panelings, things like that. True storytelling and like putting it out into like visuals. I feel like that takes a lot out of it. But there's a lot of situations where you need that detail. But like I know Hunter x Hunter, I'm reading way more than I'm like. There's more detail in the. Then there's what's called the panel, and that's sucks.
Well, the author has really bad health issues.
That's probably why they're trying to push everything. Like, I only went through a little bit of like the Dark Continent and stuff like that for Hunter x Hunter, and like it's so much. It was squeezing so much information, and like it feels like I'm not even enjoying it. I'm just trying to get through it.
It was also different when you can get world building and. When you're not reading it, when it's being just told to you, it's different, because that can be behind animation that is also, it's the same shit basically, but it can be from a narrator and, you're watching some sort of something in the background to compensate for that. So you're not just sitting there and taking off, just trying to read this big ass panel's worth of, well, this is what we got going on.
I feel like, man, fuck anime. We got to talk about something else. What else? You guys see anything last week?
Yeah, this anime called Psych.
We've been talking about anime for hours. We got to talk about something else. We got to talk about. I think me and Brian talked about this a little bit, but there's this Asian dude. There's like a video of this Asian dude talking about how you shouldn't be racist to white people, white dudes. Or no. No, you shouldn't be racist or white. But like he's like saying like nowadays we've normalized being racist to white men.
Well, yeah, if you're racist to fucking white men,
you're racist.
Yeah, it's just don't be racist. It's kind of
it's really simple.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But like,
and there definitely is some normalization to that, but still, you know what I mean. Just like don't be racist.
It's kind of like a revenge thing, you know what I mean? Because of like how they were perceived in history, in American history, with all the segregation and the apartheid, all that jazz. People think nowadays it's like, okay, well, it's a taste of your own medicine. But I think like two negatives don't really make a positive in that situation. Now white people that have literally done nothing but like exist and like work a job, honest work, and go back to their families, enjoy dinner, and don't do nothing to nobody. It's just like, yo, what do you mean?
That in every single race. I mean, people hate everyone of every single race from everyone of every single race. Like there's, you can find one person everywhere that you fucking hate. I guarantee you. But that's not, that's not what the point was. The racism thing, though, is,
every race is racist. Every race has racists.
Exactly, yeah. Everyone's racist to someone somewhere. Not every. Wait, hold on. There's people in those, like you said, every race has racists. I don't know why I was just trying to tell you.
Is there a race with all races?
Yeah, the KKK.
But that's not a race with all races.
No, I mean, there's not a race with all races. Unless you're saying that everyone is racist.
I feel like everyone is racist. A little bit.
So are you projecting this based off your own ideals, or do you genuinely believe everybody, including yourself, is a little bit racist?
I feel everyone is racist. A little bit, to a certain degree.
So what do you mean by like that exactly? Like, what is your
Trying to get
line in the sand?
Brian.
Yeah, because I'm interested. Because
This wasn't the thing you were supposed to dig deep on.
He's not the first person that told me, like, everybody's a little bit racist. So I'm just thinking, like, what's your extent of, like
everyone has their biases. Everyone's gonna grow up in their country with propaganda. Whether you like it or not, like the history that we learn during growing up, like it's whitewashed. A lot of it is whitewashed. You learn about, the good things about, and some of the bad things about that white people did, but more so, it's a glory story about white people. In a sense, it kind of trains you to be pro this, if that's all you're seeing. Even if that's not intentional, like no matter where you are, you're going to see some kind of warranted propaganda. There's no, way of avoiding it in a sense. So I say to a degree, everyone is somewhat racist.
See, the literal definition of racism is thinking that your race is superior to like another race or another
Yeah, every race.
But there is I think there's a fine line between that and like, well, you may call it stereotypes and shit, but there's just some things like I'll just use my own race, Asian, as an example. Like, Asian people typically eat a lot of rice. Is that racist for me to say?
No, but
no, it's because like culturally and geographically, they were just suited to eat rice, So I get what you're saying for sure, but I don't know if it's like you would even call it being racist. It's just like,
but
people have their
isn't that it?
I think people have their maybe opinions and like beliefs about like how a race or a culture acts, but being racist is like it's a different line,
I feel like
stereotypes aren't racist. They're just funny because they're true.
Is racist? Wait, hold on. What did you say the definition of racist was?
When you think that your particular race or color is superior to another person's race or color. That's not like the literal definition, but I've simplified it enough.
Well, I'm saying just based off that, like that exact, it's obviously you said is not like the right one, but just going off that, I feel like what you said is making, even though you said, I'm not for racism, first of all, let's make that clear. But I think you're tying in hate with racism because of the superiority. But there's a lot of races if you see Puerto Rico, if you see a Cuban swimming, you're gonna think he's good at swimming? Probably.
That's a stereotype. That's not racist. And stereotypes aren't racist because they're funny because they're true.
So you're saying as long as you can be racist as long as you're funny? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, would you say that Asians...
If you're fulfilling a stereotype...
But what if the stereotype's racist?
How is it racist, though? Because if it's true, is it racist?
Do all Asian men have small dicks?
Probably not. There's probably someone out there with, an Asian hammer, Listen.
That guy's not racist.
That guy is not fulfilling the stereotype. But that doesn't make him racist or not racist. Stereotypes aren't racist.
But racists are racist.
They're derived from fucking some very true things.
So on the flip side, it wouldn't be racist to assume that every black man has a huge member?
No, I got the smallest one. Yeah, listen, straight up. I got the smallest wang in North America, okay? Straight up. It's basically... Never mind, I'm not going to go that far. But no, I break stereotypes here. You know what I mean? Because I'm not funny. So, no, we don't...
You talk you.
Stereotypes are funny. I don't feel a stereotype that's not funny. But no, yeah, it's not racist to assume that. It's honestly pretty disappointing of you to assume that because you're just going to only disappoint yourself, You're setting such high expectations for yourself and anyone else out there that's expecting all black men to have, fucking some swangers.
I mean, I wasn't saying that as an absolute fact. I'm just like...
No, I'm just saying. You're setting yourself up for disappointment. It's just like, I don't know. Sometimes, I like when people stereotype me to an extent. Like the one time I went to Moe's. Dude was like, it was black dude behind the counter, you know? He's like, you want chicken? And I was like, actually... But,
You did want chicken.
Yeah, actually,
You did want chicken.
Yeah, actually, I did, never mind. And you know what I mean? Like, that's happened to me a couple times since then, and I'm just like, you're not wrong, man. I was already going to order it. Not because you said that, though. Not because you said that.
I would have to agree. I think stereotypes are more or less just like observed traits that have been repeated.
Yeah. And also,
Unless you're like,
Yeah, no, everyone likes chicken. That's
unless you're just assuming that somebody, like some black person, wants like grape Kool-Aid or like watermelon. I think that that would
I
definitely be
actually do
racist.
wake up every day
who does like.
and have just the seething itch to smack a whole entire watermelon and subsequently some fucking grape Kool-Aid.
I'm just saying, if you're at a cookout and there's a plate of watermelon, you're not gonna have one.
Not eat the watermelon.
You're just leaving it. No,
Exactly.
out of here.
You would be kind of
Out of here.
yeah,
That's rude. That's rude.
yeah.
That's rude.
Honestly, yeah.
Watermelon's
Plate full of
fire.
watermelon.
Exactly. So is rice. You know, food is good.
Food is good.
Food is good.
Water's good.
Water bust.
Water. I say this all the time. Water's good every time, all the time, all the time, every time. One of the ways I
All the
say
time.
it. Honestly, it works anytime. Both ways, reverse.
Water is good. Water is very good.
I would like reword your statement earlier and say that maybe everybody is like to a degree stereotypical or like acts on or what they perceive to be like stereotypes or what they believe is true of like a culture or a race. But to be a little racist is like kind of a stretch because I personally don't believe I'm like above anything or anyone, not even like animals. So
No, I definitely think that I'm
I'm above
the
animals.
worst human being.
I think I'm above animals. Yeah.
but you are an animal.
That
Yeah,
really,
Yeah, but I'm above some other animals. There's some animals
In what fashion, though?
because I'd be walking around and I step on an ant. It's way better than an ant.
Okay,
But you're talking about ants, and there's definitely a different classification between.
You know, some animal
ants.
could probably fuck me up in my sleep or something.
yeah, you gonna fuck around and find out what some
Animals?
bullet ants or
Animals
some fire ants.
Animals or insects? Because while they're one and the same, they are also not the same. You have to clarify.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of animals that I could fuck up. I don't, obviously. That's why I think I'm better than them.
He
There's
goes
also
to the
a
jungle
lot
and
of-
just diffs a tiger.
I mean, it's because the thing is,
Biology diff.
no. Because if I went in the jungle and the animal fucked me up, it's not better than me. It fucked me up. It didn't know any better. Asshole. I'm better. Is
How
that
would you know that though? I need to see you square up with a tiger and conquer it for you
square up?
to. Yeah.
I'm not squaring up with no tiger. I'm not gonna conquer no tiger. Give me a gun, I will.
Maybe.
You gonna put it in
What
a
if
cage.
the tiger had a machine gun mounted on its back?
You got no thumbs. Tiger's got no thumbs.
I'm saying, ain't no guarantees if you got a strap that the tiger's still not gonna wax your shit.
Look at these.
That's all
I
you're
got two of them. 2 thumbs right here. I'm
That's fine.
superior. Superior.
I feel like, listen, I ain't never seen no lion or no tiger.
Tigers and bears
face to
on mine.
face. And that's a whole lot of pussy running at you.
No. I'm not. Honestly, if a tiger was in front of me,
I'd piss myself.
I'd be dead.
Like, no, I'd be.
I'd be dead.
I don't know. Those are some big cats.
I would definitely be rethinking my choices that led me up to that point.
I was born year of the tiger. I think, you know what? I might become one with the tigers.
I don't think that's how it works.
I was born a year of the tiger.
Oh yeah, that is how that works. But I don't think
I'm a
the second
tiger.
part-
I'm a tiger.
I don't think that's how that
Rawr.
works.
But listen, humans are on top of the food chain at the top, right?
Yeah, but what's your point?
I
Because
mean,
we
I'm
don't
just
have
saying,
like a predator.
in the right circumstances, I can kill a lion, tiger, bear on mine.
Oh yeah, in the right circumstances, you can kill anything.
Yeah, so superior.
I guess so. You can't really. I guess you can't
I'm
really
just saying, but
argue.
also in the right circumstances, even it's
You think I'm
It's just like-
going to the jungle for a tiger? No, I'm like, that's home field advantage. Fuck that. I'm too smart for that. Superior.
I'm gonna make a tiger buy his own plane ticket. Come across the
Line him
country,
up.
he's gonna be jet lagged. Gonna get
Line him
one
out.
flag and
Fly him out.
Yeah. Yeah, but then you got to
Yeah,
think
but-
about it. This tiger's out there living his life, just slaying opponents, probably like can get whatever he wants
Dude, it's a
and
fucking
shit.
king of the jungle.
Yeah, that's a lion,
That's
bro.
a lion.
Lions don't even live.
Yeah,
do
we're
they
not,
live
we're
in
not
the
even
jungle?
this tigers aren't even the king of the jungle. Man,
Tigers are the king of shit. Tigers are almost extinct, so
pussy,
no, literally, yeah.
pussy.
Yeah, but we're out here just working 9 to 5s while this tiger's out here feasting.
Barely feasting on. It's almost
When you
dead.
say feasting, I say he's just struggling to live, you know, because
Humans are striving, arguably. Arguably.
you know, it's just tigers are fucking. I don't want. Listen, they do their own shit. I'm doing my shit over here. I'd rather our shit just never mix in the middle. I'd rather never meet.
But if the
Yeah,
tiger
like, y'all
don't want
got
to fuck
that.
around, find out. Shit, you better fuck
I'd be the
around,
one that
find.
doesn't want to though. You
You
know
better
what I
fuck
mean?
around over there or something.
Exactly. Like,
Y'all want to fuck up some deer? That's cool, man. I'll play League of Legends or some shit.
Would you guys
Over here.
go hunting for like food? Like,
yeah, would I? Yeah, if I had to.
I feel like
Are
that's
you
really
talking about if
interesting.
I had to or not? Because
Oh wait, I forgot you're
But, like,
vegetarian.
I would regular hunt too, but that's just so much.
if I had
effort.
to, bro, I'm not gonna lie. There is a point where I think every vegan would turn into a carnivore if they had to.
Well, I mean, yeah. When your stomach starts eating, it's
I feel like that's
because you're literally starving. You know
I feel like that's like the most appreciation for life.
what?
If like you if you hunt for your food,
Yeah,
I feel like there has to be, like,
there's
the most
not that
utmost
disconnect and just go into giant eagle.
respect for life and the ongoing process of life.
So when you create your own like food, basically,
I mean, yeah,
because
you could do
it's
that.
not
But
food yet until you like kill the animal, right?
Well, in
In that case, like I can just apply that to me like growing some tomatoes in the garden.
yeah, but but if winter's hitting,
No, that animal is definitely always food. Just because it is, you can eat that animal.
well, let's bring a scenario. End of the world. It's just you and the animals. Are you gonna wait for the winter for your crops to grow, or are you just gonna kill a rabbit?
Bro, the winter is the off season, dude. The
Also,
crops,
you
no
can't-
crops
you
are
can't
growing.
live off rabbits; they're too lean.
Oh yeah, whatever. But you gonna eat it. You gonna eat it if you're gonna eat something.
Yeah, none of us has been in a
Obviously,
situation,
you
a real
want to
survival situation. I don't think to where we know
Oh, well, you already said that
we're at the rock bottom of survival because that's what that is. You know what I mean, when your body is really just running off of fumes and it's just doing its natural instinctual things to.
I bet you
stay
a
alive.
rabbit would feel like it's hitting the spot though.
No, your body will literally like it will know when you have to eat something, and like even if you're like deficient in the mineral or something, it will know, and then you'll suddenly start to crave things that you wouldn't normally crave, like eyeballs or some shit from another animal. You're like, if you're in that like really rough survival situation, and you look at a body part of an animal that you wouldn't normally eat, if you're just chilling every day-to-day life and shit, just
You know,
or eating McDonald's or some shit, you wouldn't crave like a fucking cow eye,
you
right?
know,
Like
like that's like if you're stranded like in the tundra, like a crew is stranded like in the tundra, like they might resort to like cannibalism.
yeah, because
like
they
something
just
like that.
the body needs nutrients and it knows where to get it.
Or oh shit, never mind. I was gonna say something. Never mind. That's how bad it is.
No, but when you brought up like that scenario, I'm like, first off, I'm not waiting for winter for my crops to grow. That's when crops die.
I mean, but if you're not gonna eat animals, you know what I mean.
I would try my best not to, but like right now I'm a vegetarian because I have the choice to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have the choice to eat vegetables and I like eating vegetables. But if the world were to suddenly become apocalyptic, I'm not going to be like on my moral high horse and be like, no. You know what I mean? Like I need to eat, I need to survive because there's people I got to protect, Probably. At
Or
that
even
point.
just yourself, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole reason when you should live to. Imagine living up to that point in an apocalypse. You have to have seen some shit, have to have gone through some shit. You're not just gonna give up.
You guys think you guys would survive a zombie apocalypse?
No.
Nah.
To be honest, I would be some dumb shit. Like, I'd be I'd be one of the examples on what was it, Zombieland or whatever? Is that the movie where they have all don't be
all
this
the
guy?
rules.
Yeah. I'd be one of them rule followers. Don't be like this fucking idiot right here. Like,
We're roll number 283.
You know, that's interesting that you brought that up because I've always thought about this. In every zombie media, I've never seen like nuclear weapons explored as an
that's
option.
because you're not doing anything for yourself there. And also, if you're in like a Raccoon City, like in Resident Evil situation where everything's kind of fucked up. But also, nuclear doesn't get you anywhere. It just puts you further back. Not only are you now dealing with the zombie apocalypse, but you have a nuclear fallout to deal with as well. You know what I mean? So I kind of...
Yeah, but if you knew if you knew humanity was fucked anyways, wouldn't we just all collectively be like,
humanity 100%? You're just going to nuke the whole world.
be like, fuck it,
You're just going to ruin everything.
just fuck it.
Because the whole reason you're seeing this zombie movie right now, and whatever zombie movie it is that there's survivors and there's a chance for humanity to survive.
Dude, have you ever played Last of Us?
I've only seen
Like little clips and stuff like that? Because there's
I know
the show.
the general. I've watched the game be played. I didn't watch the full second game. I heard it was pretty poo poo.
There's like
the
a
show I have not seen any of, but I know like the story and stuff. Yeah.
dude, the show. It's like on episode 3 right now, but the show is really good and like it's
The
supposedly
story
like
is really good. Like in the original video game, like
Yeah, the story was.
it's not. They're just piggybacking off of that.
oh yeah, it's like spot on. Like it's supposedly like spot on from
because there's just so many people that don't know the story because they're not into video games. But you put it on that platform, it should be great. Like
HBO is good at that. Oh, this book is popping off. Game of Thrones, make it a series.
That's different.
Last of Us, good game. Actually, honestly, I feel like Last of Us wasn't
different.
I feel like Last of Us is way more popular than Game of Thrones before when it was before the TV show.
Repeat that. I'm sorry.
I feel like Last of Us is way more popular than Game of Thrones was before it was the show.
Yeah, but it's because people don't fucking read nowadays, Kevin. People don't read.
Yeah,
People only hit button and play video game.
Well,
We only spam buttons.
well, what about The Witcher?
what about The Witcher?
Fuck the
I'm
Witcher.
sorry.
It didn't come from like
No, fuck the Witcher. No. This is why. Because the whole thing with the dude who plays the Witcher, right?
yeah.
Like in the Netflix series, or who played, but his whole thing was he'll only do it if they stick to the source material, which are the books, and they didn't. So that's So fuck the Witcher. Fuck all that. I don't watch any more of the Witcher things on Netflix. Fuck the Witcher because if you have the source material, fucking use it. It's like the Resident Evil movies. There's not one that is actually. This is not from the source material. You know what I mean? You just took shit and ran with very minuscule details from the source material. Like, this place is called Raccoon City. This bad company is Umbrella. Now let's run with whatever we want to.
Like,
I agree 100%. Honestly,
you have all the resources right there, everything that you need. You just have to play them out.
You just have to put it in motion. Like that's what I really don't like about that stuff. Because
Game of Thrones did that shit up until season 8.
What's that?
Game of Thrones did that shit up until season 8.
Yeah.
They were just like, fuck it. I don't know what. They were like, we want to work on this Star Wars movie. I'm sure they won't mind if this season
didn't they
drops
lose the Star Wars movie?
after the fact.
Yeah, after, yeah.
Why didn't he just finish the damn books?
Dude, I don't write. I barely read, Kevin. You think I can write? I am literate, by the way.
I don't know why you have to keep
so many-
clarifying
There's
that.
so many
Because I'm saying,
situations.
I don't read. I don't write. I can.
Nobody
I don't.
reads anymore.
People only know that you're literate if you tell them you're literate. All right.
Yeah, but don't you read every day? Like you wake up, you read the
I have
alarm
not
clock.
read. I'm walking around with my eyes closed all day. All right.
You've been watching too much of Jujutsu Kaisen. You don't got it like that.
Gojo. I am Gojo.
You live
I
on
read every
White
day. I watch everything with subtitles, and I have since I was a child. But still,
Bro,
I
has
mean, reading
difficulty modifiers on.
Yo, hold on. Whoever doesn't watch your shows without the captions, you're a psycho, right?
I watch every piece of not YouTube. I don't watch YouTube videos or movies that I'm watching for the first time. certain shows, like, because how some shows the subtitle timing is different. You can either have a spoiler, a whole sentence beforehand, or you can actually match it with it. So certain shows I won't watch, like new shows I won't watch with subtitles, just because I don't need everything. Also, baking competition shows and cooking competition shows, no subtitles, because it'll be like, and the winner is pause, and then they'll say the winner, and then they'll say the winner. Like, I'm just like, yeah, all right.
Or in the old captions when like it was the block, and then like it'll put the dot, and then on the bottom corner it says the name. Like, why do you put all the space here? Yeah.
But so I do read every day. Yeah, I read every day, but I don't read in the generals. I don't read books and things.
Okay.
And it's not because I'm like a book hater. Books are like good.
He's Fahrenheit 451.
I feel like books don't get to the point fast enough.
It's just I like to watch things. I like to see things play out. Maybe I need to get better with my imagination. That's not true though, because I also like that's why it's easy for me to read manga when I know the voice actors and everything, because I can put a voice to it and it gives me a little bit more.
Reading books is a weird way to me. It's like a weird way to use my imagination.
I mean, I like it, but it's just not something I do a lot.
I do like reading books, but
only books that pique
only books that really pique my interest. Like, I'm not out here trying to study some fucking geography or some trigonometry. I don't give a fuck about those. But if a book is is like Atomic Habits is a book that I was genuinely interested in because it gave me like a framework, or it would give me a framework for like how I would proceed with my day-to-day life and routines, That's something I'm genuinely interested in. So it's not as tough for me to get through the book, right? But if you're reading some book about like the evilness of Adolf Hitler and you're not really interested, it's a fucking drag.
It's all how much you're interested in it.
So books are cool, but you shouldn't I see a lot of self-improvement videos on YouTube say you have to read every day. And I'm like, well, you already do so. When you're on the internet, you might have an article or two that you're genuinely interested in. You're still absorbing information, albeit digitally. But I don't see I don't see the correlation between like reading a physical book to gain information, Like, I'll still do it. Sometimes the screen is like too much for me, Like, I would like to just flip it in my hand, but
I saw this app that lets you like take a picture of like a page and then it'll read it to you.
So that's too much work. I'd rather just read it myself.
That's what I'm saying. No. But listen, like everyone was like mad at it because like, oh, this is just for lazy people. But like, it's actually for like people that like have issues.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like dyslexia.
It's mental. Yeah.
Okay.
No, like I saw that. I'm like,
why not just use?
But I understand that. But I understand like it would make multitasking so much like it would make you so much more efficient. Would it make you lazy? But there's so many more purposes. Like, oh, I don't want to read this. I can read this and do this.
It's like counteractive because, like, I just sat here and said, I'm too lazy to do that. I would rather just read the book. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
So it's kind of a paradox. You
I don't know.
Being lazy for using it, but I say that I'm too lazy to use it. I'd rather just read the book.
It just seems like it's more work.
No, literally, that's what I mean. Like,
well, I feel like it's more effective because, like, you can take a picture of something and then let it read it, and then or you just get the goddamn audiobook. But like if you had like a page or something that you had to read, like if you're going over a document, like take a picture of it, it'll read it, and then you can do something else. I feel like that's really it's really good for multitasking, but that's not even the purpose of it. But they didn't market it as that
really
at all.
Thing as multitasking, because if you're trying to multitask, and
you can never multitask.
I mean, actually, though, if you're trying to retain information, multitasking isn't really a thing. Because you're putting part of your brain on so if you're listening to a document and trying to do something else, you're putting 50% there, 50% there, you're retaining 50% of the information, and that's at least how I look at it. I mean, certain times multitasking, yeah, it's a real thing, but
like if you're just doing, like if you're
it's almost like just not getting, it's like diminishing returns.
If you're just washing dishes, like it's not really multitasking because
that's a mindless task. Thing,
yeah,
I mean, like if you're trying to act, that's what I mean, like retention of information wise, things like that. In school, I'm not fucking listening to someone say some shit as I'm also trying to work on this
something else. Yeah,
I'm trying to take this information for it is, put that down, retain that, and then work on this.
I don't know.
I'm already so fucking scatterbrained. That's how this is just how I feel about it. So I'm already so goddamn scatterbrained, you know. If I'm trying to retain information, it's my main point. Trying to retain information, multitasking is not good for me. Just because you're trying to do too many things. Like you're doing mindless tasks, you know, something that you do mundane all the time, you know what I mean, while also trying to retain information, that's a little different.
Yeah,
I still think there's even a little bit of, you know, you're not really putting your whole 100% in because you can't.
Yeah, multitasking is definitely overrated. There's no real reason to do it.
Yeah.
Because it would take the same amount of time to just do those things separately as it would if you like did it.
There's
Well, I wouldn't say there's no point to do it. There's things you can. I don't know if you would say you'd fully retain the information. It's hard to say that, but if you really wanted to, you could. I don't know.
But then if you really want to, you're probably lacking in one of your other tasks. You know what I mean? Because you're focusing on retaining that information, so there's going to be a drop off somewhere.
I'm multitasking.
Season 3, yeah, you're going to hit season 3 of multitasking somewhere. We're going to drop off. That's my point.
Man, fuck. I hate multitask season 4.
But this one's better than the last one. Definitely didn't drop off.
God damn.
So anyways, we're back to anime, I guess. So
God damn. The bug my whole. I thought I was cooking for a second too. I was boiling water.
I want a tattoo.
Of what?
An anime tattoo. I want a Mob Psycho tattoo on my forearm. Not with a cat.
Of Mob? Right there?
Mm-hmm.
Bowl cut and all.
Yeah. That ass. I might get another one of them, you know, when he's at 100% in some fashion. Because I do like... It's always the dope thing, right? Or I'm going to change that. It's always very disappointing in anime when the transformation is mid. You know? Like, when you're like, damn, I could, you know, I was hoping for some more here. Like, imagine if Mob was just, like, mid. Like, when he was, like, super hype, he was just like, oh.
Like Super Saiyan 2 to Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, no.
His hair just grew out?
No, that's not the only thing.
You got a little static now?
No, dude, like his face changed, man. It's like,
Come on,
yeah,
man.
yeah, he definitely. You can tell there's some retention of those 8 powers in there.
I don't care.
The quadruple wide forehead, yo.
And I don't care. But GT to Super Saiyan 4, I don't care what anyone says. That was the hardest. Like GT.
Personally,
That was
I don't think so. I'm a fan of the blue and like the super Dragon Ball Super transformations. I'm a fan of UI, the Ultra Instinct. I'm a fan of the blue and the fucking Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. Like
that shit is hard. Those
that's
go
what
crazy.
I'm saying. Like I'm a fan of it. I do like I do like Super Saiyan 4. I'm a big fan of Super Saiyan 4. I'm just saying my favorite form is definitely the blue. Specifically Goku blue with Time 10 Kaioken.
that's badass. Yeah.
That's just me personally though. But since we're on some sort of we're really back to anime. are we Vegeta or Gogeta?
Vegeta or Gogeta?
Let's Gogeta.
No, I mean like, well, which do you prefer? Because there's one is the Potara earrings. That's Vegeta is the Potara earrings, and Gogeta is the fusion dance.
I like Vegeta.
I like Gogeta.
I'm personally a fan of Gogeta. Yeah, I know everyone has their own opinion.
I mean, like, this really hard choice between the two. They're both badass.
They're the same.
Same,
really,
but different.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure power-wise, I think they are the same. I don't think there's really too much of a difference. I just like the look of Gogeta more than...
The best fusion
that is who they
Gotenks,
picked for the movie. So
Gotenks is super dope.
He's like that's the best fusion. Like, it has to be.
Just Super Saiyan 3 off the rip. I mean, he's a fucking child. They are childs.
That's the only time they did Super Saiyan 3 good. That's the only time they did it right.
I feel like it's just hits different because their hair's touching the ground as they're standing on the ground. Like,
that's a crazy amount of hair, man.
And they just got dope abilities too. They did that well. I do believe it as well. I haven't even seen the movie, the new movie.
The new one?
Yeah.
Bro, I haven't keeping up. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. I seen like clips about it, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, now I really want to go home and watch anime.
Oh, what?
But I really want to go home. Not like want to go home right now, but I do know what I'm going to do when I get home. Is what I swear.
Yeah, so I watched this new anime recently.
Wait, real quick. I just want to say one thing. A couple weeks ago, Biden was singing "Happy Birthday" and he forgot the person's name. I just wanted to
did see
say
something
that.
about that, but
Man, Brian, you weren't here when we talked about Biden.
yeah.
But I said, I don't think I should say it. Never mind.
Wow.
What, how he's unfit to be president?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna
He's an
open
NPC.
if you're gonna open the door, I mean, if you're
He
gonna
called him an
if you're
NPC.
gonna bring up the conversation, there's too many instances where like he's just messing up. Like he's just
Yeah,
in
when
his
his
head
head
it's
is
not
not
there.
working. He's an NPC. I've already said this. He's not a real person. There's no fucking way.
He's basically an experiment from like the U.S. government.
I mean, no.
You're like,
I don't
will
think
people
he's an
notice?
experiment. He's just.
And then when he starts to malfunction, they're like, oh shit, we got to pull him back and tweak something.
No one even says anything about it though. Like,
No, people
It just
say stuff.
happens
It's
so
just, what are we
often
going to do?
now. It just happens so often that what can we do? And that's our president. He got the keys to the country.
hashtag not my business.
Can you guys list like 3 things he's actually done?
Yeah, fucked up gas. A fucked up gas again.
It sucks. He freaking well, he stopped the trade with China, like trading with China. That basically created the silicone shortage and like the chip shortage. Actually.
Yeah, so basically I have to ask,
So like,
why? Like,
Yeah, he got motherfuckers thinking that they were gonna not have to pay student loans like myself.
that he
And
real
just be like,
genius.
hey, you fucking idiot. Yeah, of course you have to pay student loans. You know?
He real
yeah,
genius.
we'll get to your loans, but first let me start this war real quick. like fuck,
Dude,
fuck off.
it's not.
Look, I'm not necessarily like a Trump fan or anything like that, but man, like they're both shitty. Like they're both
Yeah,
shitty.
but I'd
But
so
at least
much
Trump,
rather roll with the one who's actually fucking mentally competent in some fashion.
yeah, at least Trump had like cheap gas.
Yeah, and good tax returns.
Yeah, like at least he made me money. Just
Literally that. Yeah,
Yeah.
not just draining fucking America dry.
Dude, there's
Making it a
so
worse place than it was already.
there's too many instances where like he's just slipping on stairs, we're doing some goofy things.
Yeah, he's trying to fucking rush the back of the house.
He might be a genius. He might be an evil.
No, he's not.
He might.
No.
What if he?
No, this
but what if-
isn't one of those. Oh, it's so crazy. It might just work. No.
What if they were
This
in a
isn't-
world?
This isn't that.
What if we're in a
This isn't-
world?
He's a fucking puppet. He's a puppet.
What if the world's his puppet?
Well,
he's controlling everything behind the scenes.
Yeah, he's doing a dog shit job of it because
I mean,
He's
we're not trading with China, and there was only a chip shortage. Almost not just messed up a lot of the economy. But
Yeah, I just have to ask, like,
he's a
why?
genius though.
Why would you let China regionalize by itself?
well,
Because he's in their fucking pockets. He's not.
oh yeah,
he's not
wasn't
worried
his son
about
getting
fucking.
paid?
He's not worried about us doing well, us as Americans. He doesn't want America to do well. He's worried about his own fucking pockets for one. Him and his fucking creepy ass son.
Oh, did you know? Like,
And China pays him. Like,
Yeah,
it's
but what
not-
is that money going to be worth if we're dead?
He's gonna be dead soon. He's probably already dead. Like, I don't.
they literally got him on strings.
Well, that's what I mean. He's a fucking puppet. He's probably a clone of whatever Joe Biden is, whatever goopy mess of fucking flesh and meat he's turned into now.
And they just program.
Oh,
Mr. President, please take these pills.
that's what I mean.
Mr. President, you're bacon, eggs, and toast with orange juice. That's totally not.
Sedated. Yeah, honestly, but I'm just saying he could be like an evil genius, and
Yeah, he could be, and I could end up turning into fucking Goku. Actually, like in real life, those are both the same. Have the same probability of happening.
So what if he turns out to be an
are you
evil
Super
genius?
Saiyan?
You
trying to tell me
see me
super-
popping out the shit,
trying to
super
tell-
transmission on this motherfucker. I'll never be late for the podcast again.
You trying to tell us something?
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you that the most unlikely thing I think will ever happen to me in life is that I actually turn into real fucking Goku. And on that same day, Joe Biden is actually Dr. Evil.
Joe
Honestly,
Biden probably
if that-
watches anime.
If you did find out, that's the first thing you do is instant transmission here.
Fucking Boca de Pico, alright? Sniffing kids and shit.
Like father, like son, bro.
You know, and his son's a creep too. You ever see the video?
Isn't he a crackhead?
Like beating his meat, smacking white claws and shit, bro. Insanity.
Isn't he like a frat boy crackhead like type deal? Like
There's literally videos of him smoking crack. Like he got his laptop stolen by a Chinese spy. No one talks about the shit though.
wait, no,
There's like a whole scandal about it.
oh yeah, wait, he didn't drop it off at a pawn shop and they're like,
I
I've been
have
thinking-
no idea.
oh, that brought me into this. You guys know who Julian Assange is?
That's familiar for some reason. I don't know.
I think he was like the creator of WikiLeaks.
Oh,
and he published the whole thing.
Yeah.
There's like a Julian Assange in Russia, like this Alexa Nirvana or something like that, Nirvana or something like that. It's a lot of the same situation. Like they're in jail, obviously. The one in Russia is looked at as like, he like exposes like the government, like how they're getting all this money and like how he's treating like the oligarchs and how they're just running up money like endlessly, which is crazy how much money they got. But Julian Assange is looked at as guilty of like espionage. One is praised because he's exposing Russia. The other one's a traitor. But they basically did the same thing. Oh, actually, Alexa's more like actually produces it. Julian just published the information that he got from someone else, which did commit espionage. It's crazy to think that we think of it. Technically, they basically did the same thing, but we look at one thing one way and one thing the other way. You know what I mean?
Oh, perspective.
Which also, I think his trial is coming up later this year. This dude's been locked up in the embassy in the Venezuelan embassy in Europe
That has to be terrible.
for years. He was like in there for like 7 years. Like Julian Assange, like this dude is like cooped up crazy now.
It has to be terribly difficult.
I mean, not that bad. I mean, yeah.
Being locked up in a foreign countries.
I mean, it was like an apartment. It wasn't like a jail. You know what I mean? He was just driving himself crazy because he was fucking crazy. Actually, I don't think he was crazy, but like, I guess being in there for 7 years kind of drives you crazy, which rightfully so. But I think he's gonna be fucking. He's gonna get the book thrown at him. Do you know what he did?
Treason is pretty.
Do you know what he did?
With the whole WikiLeaks thing.
The WikiLeaks, like the Iraq documents and stuff, like exposed that.
Yeah, people don't like when you tell secrets. When you expose their secrets, people, specifically people at the top, you know, they're like, hey, we're the best at these secrets. No one's ever going to see these. Shit, someone saw the secrets. And not everyone saw the secrets. People don't like that. You don't like that at all, you know?
But who was in the wrong then, though?
Who's in the wrong? Oh, secrets always, things in the dark always are, you know, come to light. So it's like, you know, don't keep secrets. It's not about who's in the wrong. It's about who's saying who's in the wrong. You see what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah, one time I took a mean one in the school bathroom. I didn't flush.
Damn. Well, I don't know what. Okay.
What? He said, "Don't keep secrets, bro."
I think you could have kept that in a secret.
What you mean?
I don't know why you.
But she didn't want to get caught up with it. Now
now we're good. It's out.
there could be someone, his mortal enemy, he doesn't even know about. That kid that walked in after him and walked in that stall, met with that log,
Oh
could
man,
have ruined his whole life.
you
He's
created a
been
villain.
after Brian ever since then.
You created
Now
a
he heard
villain.
that. He just heard that. Like, oh wow, this guy, he doesn't even keep it a secret anymore. I can't be mad at him anymore.
He probably spent his whole life trying to figure out who took this fucking massive ass shit right before me.
Yeah, he's
And then now he's gonna break into my house just to lay a mean one in my toilet.
Yeah, that'd
Not
be
flush.
fucking. Yeah.
And so I've been playing like a lot of Valorant, like a lot of it.
I haven't been playing shit, to be honest.
Really?
Like some NHL with my roommate. Oh,
Yeah.
It's tax season. Get your taxes done, guys.
I had a 12-hour session yesterday. because I'm really trying to like make this into a career of some sorts.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
You're streaming or?
Yeah, but not yesterday because I was running off 4 hours of sleep.
That's because you were gaming for 12 hours.
It's quite the paradox, isn't it?
You could have just gamed you could have streamed the 12 hours. 2-for-1 special. Honestly, I feel like Valorant, you go down like a whole rabbit hole and like just it's so easy to lose track of time because like you don't even know it. You're so invested and like lost into the game that you don't even realize like a game's like an hour or not an hour. You know what I mean? But like a long game could be
Yeah, like the
like
flow
45
state.
minutes. Like
Shit. The general flow state of the game, you know? I mean, I'm always cognizant of the time and shit because I don't really play the game to get lost or anything. I do it to ultimately make money and to win my matches.
I mean, lost in a sense where like you're so focused on the game and like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like when you're in that flow state, like you're not really keeping track of time. You obviously, you know, like if it's getting darker, like through the window, like there's less sunlight, you're going to know it's getting later. You're going to be so focused on that one, like on that game, on finishing. And like, there's just so much more to Valorant that's, I don't know. You know what? I was going to say something that's fucked up.
What?
I was just going to be like, you know what? Fuck Valorant.
Fuck Valorant?
Fuck Valorant.
I can't even knock you for that sentiment, man. I'm gonna be honest. If I could do other sports for money, or like I wouldn't say for money. Like my drive isn't like purely to make money, but like right now, like I personally love sports and I love being competitive. So I don't see myself in any other field to make a living.
I feel it. Yeah, it's also about your happiness. I mean, you know, it's not like you said, it's not specifically your drive isn't specifically to make money. You just want to do something that you can be proud of yourself at and, you know, be content with yourself.
Fulfilling and to make a living. Like Valorant it's like a band-aid over that problem of mine right now, but I'm hoping that like I get to a point where I'm making some good income. It's a work from home job. And then streaming isn't just like, I don't have to be that guy who just streams Valorant. Eventually I'll be like, okay, I'm quitting this game. You can choose to follow me or not.
Yeah.
And I'll just do other shit.
I feel like that's where a lot of streamers that's how like a lot of streamers just die because like they get known for this one game and they get stuck to that game no matter what. They're like chained to the game. If they try something else, they're not getting any views, any traction, and like they didn't build a personality. They just got good for that game. Like they just got like popping because they were good at that game and didn't capitalize on the attention. Just fizzle out.
See how if it does happen, I will just save the bag. I won't spend it on shit that I don't really need, you know? So like
that's easy to say before, like if it doesn't happen.
But lifestyle creep, you know, is a problem for like people who do get that type of attention. Not even just like in streaming video games, but like YouTubers as well. The lifestyle creeps up on them because they have way more money than they thought they would have. And they'll start buying like luxurious things, which is fine. Like, you know, you got to put money aside for a rainy day, or if you think about like how are you going to make money after retirement.
I can understand why, like, because they probably feel like it probably gets to a point where like it seems endless and like it feels so reliable, but like just like that, like all like a lot of the OG YouTubers are gone. You know what I mean?
A completely different business structure too. When you're talking about OG YouTubers, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's not the same business as, you know, when we first started watching YouTube as it's evolved to now.
I'm just saying, like, they didn't adjust, they didn't adapt, they didn't build their community.
Yeah, but they also may not have wanted to work through that shit. You'd rather just be like, you know, I made what I made off this shit now, you know what I mean?
And on to the next.
Because they're still out there. You know what I mean? There's, no, obviously some of them are just done completely, but, you know what I mean? Still some old ones out there, but they just don't put that much work into what it was because they're not getting what they used to get out of it. You know what I mean? Like, there's very few people I feel like in YouTube that are still in YouTube that were in YouTube back when it was really a money-making thing, you know? Well, you know, fucking
no, they were
White Boy 7th Street, shit like that, you know.
Hello, ladies
he still
and gentlemen.
games.
That's what I mean.
He does?
He still collects an income. It's just like he isn't as popular as he used to be, and that's I think that's
I thought
fine.
he
Like,
stopped-
I think
I
he's
thought
cool with that.
I thought he just got super rich, scammed a bunch of kids, and then dipped.
No, that definitely was for a period of time. Yeah, he definitely was not in the good light. I'm pretty sure he was definitely in some
Like,
scam
controversy,
things. I think,
like-
yeah. No, still, you know what I mean? It's because it's just a complete different. It's not the same thing. Definitely evolved a lot, but
The community and YouTubers back then, it was like, I feel like it was more pure than it is today.
no. But at the same time, it's like, okay, just because you can't, you say, like you said, animes after 3 seasons usually fall off. You don't just because you don't put seasons on a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean everyone's gonna fall off eventually. You know what I mean? Like, there's phases people go through. You know what I mean? Things people are gonna be popular and they're not gonna be popular. You know, like they're gonna go up and down. So just like you said, how you roll with the punches and stuff like that. But just because you got 10 million subs right now doesn't mean that in 5 years or even next year that you will. You know. And also, how many of those subs are going to be active, too? Because nowadays, it's not just about the subs. You
Yeah, there's a
also
lot.
have to have activity and likes and fucking people in the comment section. You have to have an active community.
What do you think the best way is to keep attention or gain attention?
Don't be fucking yourself and be entertaining in some fashion. To get attention, I don't like attention, personally. I don't know. But if you want
That would be
people
ideal.
if you want like a close-knit community who are going to, be whatever, don't be someone you're not. Because when you're someone that you're not and you get people around you, when you start to be yourself, the people are going to leave. You know what I mean? So you might as well start as yourself and, be yourself throughout the whole thing. So you don't have to deal with that changing up or anything like that, Because I know a lot of people have, like, personas on their YouTube and shit. Like, they're not, hey, guys, and fucking, all that shit. And,
Or like,
What's up,
Yeah.
or like
YouTubers?
when they get paid the sellout situation, like selling
yeah.
out. And like,
You can just tell like the fake energy though, just like the hype,
Yeah.
like the overly hype energy, and like they're like,
like Twitch reactions or streamer reactions, and like, oh, like, bro, it wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, that's not your real reaction. Shit like that. Like, just be a real fucking person, because that stuff like that, that's for kids. You're trying to get kids to watch your shit so you can get monetized. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you want.
I feel like that's so.
Also, really creepy, I think, when adults do shit like that.
yeah,
How, like, you've heard of like the 100 Thieves like team and stuff like that. Everything. The 100 Thieves. Oh no, yeah, 100 Thieves, like the gaming, like
the compound they have.
I don't know. I don't know what they are. Like they're like esports or like
Yeah, they're
the
an
whole
esports.
entertainment branch. Like because they have like Valkyrie, Pokemon, like Sykkuno, like all of them toast. Like they're all under 100 Thieves. All the
Someone has a lot of money and is making a lot of money off them.
Dude, it's Nate Shot, dude from Optic Gaming.
he left Optic to fucking make 100 Thieves and
I don't know. I'm not into all that stuff personally. All the
I never thought you could make it as
content
big as
creator
it is
houses and
today,
things like
bro. I'm
that.
not gonna lie. I definitely underestimated like how far he could take that. Like,
because it was a huge risk leaving, like starting it to begin with. I remember because I remember when we were playing like the Black Ops 2v2. That was because I was watching Nate Shot in Bose.
Yeah, see, I was never into optic or phase thing. I was never into quick scoping. I was dog shit at quick scoping.
I can't believe esports teams were like essentially streamlined into mainstream because of like fucking Xbox claims like Phase and Optic.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you have something that has a competitive, there's money to be made from it. It always revolves around this money to be made around it. You know what I mean? Someone, ESPN, was like, fucking, people were going to watch it, we're going to make money off it.
Now, quickscoping blew up. Phase, honestly, Phase and Optic alone blew up gaming on YouTube.
Phase is a stock now. They literally have a stock.
Is it safe to say that like they changed the game for gaming on YouTube?
No, they were the ones that made gaming on YouTube, to be honest with you. I mean, like, of course, there's always been gamers,
Gaming
but
didn't go viral.
Machinima, yeah.
Machinima monetized. Like, that's the start of the monetization for video games. Is
When you heard that, whoosh, and then
Machinima, that was one of my dreams. I was like, I just want to get a clip. I want to be that one-off dude you see
Clip
on
of the day,
Machinima.
something.
Like, you'll probably never see me again, but what up? I'm here.
they put on so many good like small creators though,
Mm-hmm.
and then did not pay them,
Wow.
This is for the clout,
and then did not pay. They fell off. They dropped the ball because they could have had something huge if they played that better, but like they fumbled the bag on that. They could have been like the pinnacle for every gaming.
Yeah, but it's hard to be a pioneer. You know what I mean? Because someone can come from behind you, see the framework, and perfect it. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man's Tube Steak for that one.
Tube Steak? Who the fuck is Tube Steak?
Don't worry about it. We'll get into Tube Steak later. Because you have to like...
Who's Tube Steak? Should I know Tube Steak?
What? Hold on. I'm sorry. Tyler Huntley was selected to the fucking Pro Bowl over Kenny Pickett. Tyler Huntley, the backup quarterback for the Ravens.
Did he play? Oh, he only played the back half of the season, right?
I'm not getting into it. I just... No one just blew my mind. That's all.
It's just interesting because, like, if you're not a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you're probably gonna look at Kenny like, oh, he's probably average at best. He doesn't have too much promise, but like, if you paid attention during the season, like, he got better every game.
Yeah, but Tyler, why? There's so many different quarterbacks.
It's just because he looks he plays similarly to.
Lamar. I'm not getting into it, honestly. I'm already kind of hating my heart for the Bengals.
If they're going to go that route, I feel like Geno Smith would have been.
He might be. I don't know who the quarterbacks are, but that's just insane to me that. Like, I wasn't expecting Kenny Pickett to get picked at all, but I definitely wasn't expecting Tyler Huntley to get picked.
Yeah, no, that was. Maybe they know something we don't. I just know he's not that guy.
Who?
Tyler Huntley.
No, not at all.
I feel like he just folds under the pressure, or just he doesn't have enough experience, and he at least doesn't have the team behind him. He doesn't have the city behind him.
He's limited.
Everyone has, yeah.
He's just limited as a quarterback. You know what I mean? He can do what he can do, but he's just, he's not Lamar. But he's an NFL player. He should make great plays sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not.
That's fair.
He's not great. I struggle to say he's good. I say he's very average. He's a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He does what he needs to do. He comes on the team. He fills the role he needs to fill for the team. Anywhere else, I don't think he's going to work. And that means he's a backup quarterback. And he's a decent backup quarterback. Every decent backup quarterback comes out and makes plays. That's why you're a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
And if you did more than that, then you'd be starting somewhere.
Honestly, he might have the best job.
I mean, you say that, but it could be the best job because you're there to do something.
Until you
don't have to do anything. But then at the same time, there's the extreme on both sides because it's like you could never be the guy, but you still get paid, which is nice. But then if you get called on to be the guy, you're not the guy, then everyone hates you. And also, then you won't get paid. Guys think that they can be the guy and just, I just need that chance, never get that chance.
And then you get that chance and like everything falls apart.
Or they never do. And they just have this burning competitive fire in them for their whole entire career that they never get to, extinguish in any way because it's just burning there. They never get a chance.
Do you think that happens in the QB position?
You'll never know who it happened to because how many Tom Brady's have there been that didn't get a chance because they didn't get Tom Brady's chance? They weren't behind Drew Bledsoe when he got hurt. You know what I mean? These are stories you'll never know about.
But if you wanted it that bad enough, wouldn't you just make that chance happen?
It's not that easy.
I know it isn't, but if you wanted it that bad enough,
what's that?
If you wanted it that bad enough.
I mean, I've wanted a lot of things real bad. I want to hit the lottery real bad, Well, for one, I don't actually. That's not true. I've never played a lottery ever, actually. So I really don't want to hit it that bad.
I played it one time.
Just because you want something real bad doesn't mean there's still things that have to happen in order for you to. There's still politics involved. There's still very much a business. You know what I mean? There's things that are very much out of your control. You know what I mean? What if you got hurt? There's things that are out of your control. It doesn't matter how bad you want it. Just because you want it real bad doesn't mean you're going to get it.
Or you just get cut that week. They sign you, get cut. That happens too.
Yeah. There's things. Yeah, you never know. Because like I said, it's a business. There's politics. You got to keep a 53-man roster in a practice squad. There's limitations, and like I said, there's things that happen in your control, things that happen out of your control that are both for and against you in your journey. And this is whatever journey you're taking in life, really. But yeah, just because you want something bad enough, you can work as hard as you want for it. If you're just, if you never get the shot, you never get the shot.
Yeah, but
you just didn't want the shot bad enough.
No, I mean, why I'm saying that is because, if you had a narrow goal like that, yeah, sure, you can miss.
It's not a narrow goal to be the best.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. If your general goal is to just, do what you like to do, right, for a living.
I was
Would you have really failed if you still made it in the NFL? And even if you weren't like a Tom Brady.
If your goal was more than what you accomplished. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's guys out there that, you know, I made it to the NFL, but I want to do more than that. You know what I mean? I never get this chance because, boom, this thing happened. I got hurt. And then, you know what I mean? Then this guy got hurt, which would have been my chance, but then they drafted this rookie. Like, there's shit that happens that is politics involved. It's business. There's very many things outside of your control that can happen. You know what I mean? But it's like sometimes things just don't work out the way that they should or that you want them to.
That's life.
Exactly. No, yeah.
That's 9 out of 10 times.
Yep.
Oh. But I'm of the belief that if you're prepared for it, if the opportunity arises, like, you'll be prepared for it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's even times that, you know, where you can be prepared for it and something outside of your control can come in and make you unprepared. You know?
Yeah.
Because you can always prepare for everything. Everyone would always be prepared for everything if it was easy to prepare for things. But shit happens that you don't account for all the time.
And you can't prepare for everything. But you can prepare for.
It's more. I feel like it's more like not that you can't prepare for everything, that life prepares.
It's unpredictable.
Life prepares to fuck up your preparation. You know what I mean? It's like
without fail.
Yeah. How many times you get into a situation like, all right, these are like the general bad things I feel like could happen here, and something bad happens, you're like, that was the one. I didn't think that was gonna happen. You know, who thought that was gonna happen? That's life, you know?
Right on time every time. There's always, there's so many situations where, like, you'll look back and be like, that couldn't have happened at a worse time.
Yeah, but then if you look back on that time after that, you could, you know what I mean, look at it like that couldn't happen at a better time. Like, I needed that really bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
100%.
Sometimes you're like, that ass whooping was kind of justified.
That's the paradox of life, you know? It's so shitty right now. It helps you so much in the long run.
Because you're now prepared for something like that to arise again.
Or just the possibility. I mean, you know that, okay, if this happens, I can get through this. I mean, I've already done that. You know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I'm very much a believer in that.
I can get down with that. And honestly, like, when I, like, came to the realization I really want to, like, compete in sports and shit, I'm not going to, like, shoot for, like, I'm not going to be so, like, out of touch with reality and be like, I want to join the NBA. That's literally not going to happen for me. Like, I can work as hard as I want and be a really damn good basketball player, and, like, so many other things would arise from that. But I know deep down, first, I wouldn't want to be an NBA player. Second of all, there's actually probably a 0% chance I would ever get picked for the NBA. I wouldn't say it's impossible. I'd just say, like,
the same amount of chance that I have is turning into a real life Goku. Actually,
out of touch.
Like, that's what. But people have goals like that, though, and that's where you need to be realistic with the goals that you set, obviously. But people that
why?
Why? Because you'll just always be disappointed in your life if you think.
Well, then what's the point of dreaming?
Dreaming? In your dreams, you accomplish your goals.
Do you?
If you have decent dreams,
my dreams are like wild.
I mean, if you have dreams, then.
I mean, okay, so in theory, you know, they say you can control your dreams. So
you can't control your dreams.
I don't. You're talking to a person that barely remembers his dreams. I remember my dreams when I get drunk, and that's it. That, and then sometimes when I'm sick, I'll have super duper off the wall dreams, but I usually don't remember them.
Did you remember that group message where I would we used to use it? It was like the old GM like that we used to use, but we stopped using it, so I named it like Kevin's Dream Journal, and I would write down and I would text my dreams, the few that I would remember, and that's no one said anything, but that's all I would send.
I don't remember that,
dude.
It's awful.
Dude, the most fire fucking stories probably. I don't even remember, but like I feel like for the longest time I would just say random stories in that. I like named it that, and no one says anything in that except for my. So there's probably counts of my like dreams.
I don't know. I don't remember it, but yeah, I don't really remember my dreams. I don't know. That's what I mean. In theory, I don't know how the whole fucking dream thing works. I'm not like big into this shit, you know.
It's just a way to consolidate short-term memory into long-term memory, and your brain is most active at night, actually. When you're sleeping and you're dreaming, which is why, like, for me personally, like weed and shit has been like a problem with my dreaming process.
Yeah, because every time I smoke, I never remember my dreams at all.
Yeah, that's actually what it'll do is it will make you like your brain unaware of the REM, like unaware that it's going through a REM cycle. Therefore, you don't have like dreams, but it's actually not the best for you, you know. So, like dreams are a way of knowing that your like brain is properly working at night, working to solve problems. Like there's the periodic table of elements in chemistry. The person who invented that figured out how to do so in a dream. His brain was working. Everything that he knew at that moment before he had that dream was working subconsciously to get to that point where he made like a brilliant invention.
Yeah, because we're just fucking reliving life over and over again right before we die.
Hold on, you said he came up with the periodic table in his dream, right? So you're telling me, look, we should have a table with everything on it.
Yeah. That he came up with. I could have
came up with that.
You could probably find examples online.
You know what? Honestly, if you put me back in time, I would have came up with so much shit.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, if you put me back in time before shit was made, I would have made some shit.
What do you mean? Would you have ever made the periodic table of elements?
No, but I would have made some other
ideas,
shit.
Real tangible entities. Like, do you have ideas, or do ideas make you have them?
No, we're making ideas. Come on, we out here.
Just saying. Just like you're saying with this, the periodic table, right? Is that an idea that he had? Or that idea have him?
No, he had that idea. 100%. If I have an idea, yeah, I had that idea.
But where did it come from?
Me.
Like a culmination of
I'm claiming it.
Separate ideas forming a bigger idea. So yeah, he knew about like the elements. He knew about silver, gold, and
There's elements. He knew about the elements.
He knew about the elements and shit. He just didn't.
Man,
he wanted
that don't even count. That he just took all the stuff and put it there. Oh, yeah, we all found all this stuff, and if you find more, you just keep putting more stuff on here. Come on now.
Well, no, there's definitely like a set. Like these ones are the ones that are here.
Yeah.
And the actual ones are.
Yeah, I think you're downplaying like how important that shit is. Like,
it's not just putting things. Like, there's like a very. I'm not a big chemist guy. I'm not a big science guy. Like in the practicing of it, you know.
What are scientists? Just a bunch of Ashley motherfuckers.
What?
Ask me something. Or say something.
No.
Just say something.
No.
Oh, well, actually.
I knew you were going with that. I was.
Well, actually.
Well, actually,
according to my calculation.
That's all science.
Oh.
I mean, you gotta respect them, though, because...
The anime turn around with the book just like this. Excuse me, Professor.
Dude, without them, though, we wouldn't have known that global warming is a real issue.
I would have known. I remember there was snow during the winters. Barely snow.
Shut the fuck.
I remember I was sledding.
No way.
I was sledding. Now I'm not sledding.
You'll observe.
Are you sledding?
You'll observe that like your seasons are like different, you know, but you wouldn't have come to the conclusion that everybody was going through it too without scientists.
Well, actually, I mean, come on now.
Or without scientists, you would never have assumed that like throwing away plastic instead of recycling it was really bad for the environment. Or actually, there's a lot of things you could say though.
Yeah, science does a lot of stuff. Just
what's marine biologists? Marine biologists.
That's just a different scientist.
Food scientists.
Anyone can be a scientist. If you do anything sciencey, you're a scientist. You don't have to be paid for your
whatever profession you're in, and you got to say, "Well, actually, scientist."
Yeah, like a fucking politician.
How often do they say, "Well, actually"? Come on now. They just
they don't word.
They don't correct.
Exactly
They
like
make
that,
statements. They don't correct. They make statements. Think about it.
Yeah, but they debate each other. So essentially, they're like, "Well, actually, here's why like black on black crime isn't important." Like, so they'll say some shit like that. Like, it's essentially the same thing, right?
I'm not even gonna lie. I want to see Trump in the debate, in the actual debate.
You see that video where he just basically roasted Joe Biden because Joe Biden didn't remember what college he graduated from, but Trump did.
Jesus. Oh God.
That actually is wild, bro. I'm like, yo, he might be onto something here, man. Like,
Is atheism fucked up?
how's it fucked up?
Because I think atheism is either comes from two positions, either of power or of straight struggle. You either resent God or don't believe in him because you've lived in a position of power, of privilege, where you don't need God.
Or
You're in
you be a very neutral person, very much in the middle, and has just never been shown anything outwardly to make you think otherwise.
I mean,
Everyone has their own, you're delving into something that besides what I just said, I'm not touching that because
religion.
that, but also in something that I don't, I don't know. I can't give you any firsthand experience. I don't know. I've known one atheist and he now believes in God. So I don't fucking, you know what I mean? I'm not getting into that. But I'm just saying everyone has their own perspective, their own reasons as to why, and this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Like, as we were talking before about, fucking the church is shady. I'm sure some people are atheists because they see what happens there. It doesn't have anything to do about God as much as it has to do with the people who, are about it. And that is as much as you're getting out of me for that. So, yeah.
Atheism. I think it's a valid viewpoint and shit because none of us really know. Nobody in the world could ever really know unless they've died and lived the tale to tell.
Even that, that's your personal account of it, though. You know what I mean? You don't know that's for everyone. You could be special for some ungodly fucking reason. You never know. You know what I mean? That's one specific account because that one person may have died and came back and experienced this. They could have been dreaming.
Dude,
you fucking know.
when you die, you actually release DMT and shit in your brain.
Yeah, so you're fucking tripping balls. So you don't know.
You're literally tripping balls. So you could, whatever your mind, let's just say you had core beliefs and values held throughout your life and shit. If you die, you're probably seeing those come to fruition, right? In that trance of DMT. As you're passing away, you're literally you would feel like you were right? But it's really just your brain.
Is that what your life flashes before your eyes? Is that where that comes from? Do you think?
I think so. I'm not sure if it's about the DMT, more or less just you. I think what how they explain that phenomenon is it's your brain trying to figure out a way to survive the situation that made you.
Okay, using every memory that you have.
Yeah.
To avoid this situation. Because I know even in dreams, why you always wake up before you die. Because your brain can't doesn't know what that feeling is, doesn't understand it, so it can't comprehend it. So you wake up. So that's why you always wake up right as you die or right before you die or whatever the situation is.
Or you just tragically live through whatever shit you're going through.
Well, shit. Well, damn, Zach.
I'm saying because one of my friends had fucking a weird experience with reoccurring night terrors. Looping, reoccurring night terrors.
The same dream happens?
Yes, every night. Over and over and over again. You couldn't do anything about it.
I would think I'm going insane.
You sitting in the middle of a field and a fucking goat walked down with a fucking knife.
The goat had a knife or he had a knife?
The goat had a knife. And me,
in his mouth?
All of our other friends it was fucking hoof. Just carry the fucking knife. It's a dream. I don't fucking know. I don't know
I just need to visualize. All right, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You're gone.
So, and me and all of his closest friends were standing around him just watching this shit happen while this fucking dude just starts chopping his head off. And then he gets his head chopped and he feels all of it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, feels all of it. Gets his head chopped off and then it's just right back to the beginning.
What the...
Yeah, it happened for
Did he go to a sleep scientist?
No, he just fucking dealt with it like people in the olden days used to.
Killed himself? Oh.
That was fucked up.
Yeah, you know who Nick is.
Oh, dude, that's what I was thinking. Shit like that would drive me insane. What if that happens every night for the rest of your life? Wouldn't that you think that's your reality?
Yeah, it's probably how a lot of people are insomniacs. Night terrors are fucked up. I used to have night terrors when I was a kid. I don't remember them. Like I said, don't do the whole dreaming thing too well. But I know that there was multiple occasions where my mom would wake me up and that I was screaming, crying, frantic in my sleep. And I don't remember any of it. like me actually, who just went through the whole thing.
Wait, so no, I'm pretty sure you, no matter what, like you always dream, even if you don't remember,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you're always dreaming. That's what I'm saying. I never once I don't dream. I don't remember them. So when I'm having those night terrors and things, I didn't remember them.
What do you think to what extent do you think our dreams like go? Like how real, how
I genuinely don't know.
I actually
don't know
had
to what
a
extent my dreams start. You know?
Some of my dreams had actually turned out to be like correct premonitions. Like there was this one dream I had.
Yeah, you're talking about deja vu though, because that's something completely different.
No, like I'm telling
So I
you,
experienced more deja vu than I experienced regularly in my remembering my own dreams.
when I was about 4 or 5, I dreamt about going to a water park, and I like vividly remembered that I was walking on concrete and I had scraped my knee, and I had vividly remembered 1 or 2 things about the water park. A couple years later, I go to that water park that literally had what I had
Yeah, and then you
described.
see yourself in them. Yeah, that's deja vu. I'd call that deja vu.
Really? Because it
Yeah.
happened after the fact. Like even like there was this one particular building where it's just like a big ass bucket of water, like the water is falling from the bucket onto the people underneath it. I remember that vividly. That is exactly how it panned out in my brain.
But then again,
Scrape my knee, exact knee that was scraped on.
Yeah.
The concrete feeling was exactly the same.
Yeah, that's just deja vu. The sense of I've been here before. I have seen this before. I've done this before. That's the same. I experienced that from my dreams than I do more remembering my actual dreams, is my point. I have a lot of those instances, I guess, where it's like,
making connections.
I've been here before. I remember this because at a certain point in my life, when I notice that I'm in this situation, when I'm seeing it for the first time, I am actively trying to be like, okay, what can I do here to, prove to myself that this isn't whatever, and I'll have the same exact train of thought, same mindset and everything, you know what I mean? Up until the moment just isn't that anymore, Until that one snippet. And that's why I said I feel like we're just reliving our lives over and over again, because there's absolutely no fucking reason I should have any, that shouldn't be a thing. I haven't lived that yet, but I've lived it already. You know what I mean? Whether I'm conscious of it or not, I'm only conscious of it when it's happening, but when it's happening, I'm conscious of the fact that
It's happening.
I saw it before it happened. Nothing ever, super intense or anything like that, just little random shit, but still, shouldn't happen based off of our life shit, whatever.
Have you guys ever had one of those dreams where like you could control?
Nope.
A lucid dream? Nah.
I've never been in a dream where like I was aware that I was in a dream. But this, like, it wasn't like I can control everything. It was like I thought like, oh, I'm in a dream, and then I woke up. Like I remember, like I vividly remember thinking that in a dream. But I don't know. That could be my imagination, but like I vividly remember that, and like it was weird. It was really weird. Is it like do you guys have like a voice in your head?
Yeah, I think it's why people don't have like inner monologues.
Yeah, I have an inner monologue.
Okay, I thought you were about to say you weren't.
How do thoughts just compute? Like, imagine like who's just like subtitles in there? That's another weird thing. When I talk, I picture
like your voice in your brain
Yeah.
kind of like prefaces the line that comes out of your mouth, right?
No, but what I'm listening to, because see, I'm a little dyslexic. Where that fucks me up is like if you say a word with homophones and it's contextually not. If I misspell a word in my head, that's where I get the whole meaning for the whole entire fucking. Not misspell, but if I take it out of whatever, I don't fucking know. You talk, I hear things. It gets put into my head as physical words.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's weird.
I'm not saying like I don't see words coming out of your fucking mouth. You know what I mean? But when it goes into here, there is
Your brain actually pictures out
the
the word,
pictures the words. Yes.
like letter to letter.
Yes, and
Okay.
that's where dyslexia fucks me up a lot.
Well, you might actually have something what's called hyper. I have something that's called aphantasia, which is an inability to visualize anything in my head. Which is why I have that inner monologue, because I'm pretty much like in my brain. There's just another one of my voices, but that's actually like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Carrying me out through day-to-day routines. It's not on some schizophrenic shit. I have multiple voices.
There's a difference. Sorry, there's a difference. But I also
It's
feel
all
like
just me. maybe in different psychs or different versions of me. Like there's like, I noticed there's something more body oriented. Like when
you gotta finish Mob. You gotta finish Mob Psycho.
I will, but I don't actually have the ability. Like that red cup right there. If I look over here and I close my eyes, I can't. It's black. I can't even remember people's faces. I go off of context clues, smell, hearing, anything else but like the actual visualization in my head. You might have what's called hyperphagia or some shit like that, where it's the ability to visualize things vividly.
Never had my noggin.
Hey, Brian, just a heads up for the future. If you look at that red cup over there and turn that way, nobody can hear you. So don't do that.
But still,
that's weird to actually physically see the words.
Yeah, and it's not like a crazy problem.
Like it's a super fast Star Wars.
It's just like, it's a way to fucking help me understand where people are. What people were saying, I guess. I don't fucking know. I just noticed it the one time, like a couple months ago, I was drunk as fuck explaining my dyslexia or trying to. And then I tried expressing that, and I'm like, yeah,
everyone sees words, right?
What the fuck are you talking about? I was like, okay, I'm weird here, I guess.
You guys don't live with the captions on?
It's my whole entire life is just subtitles. Like, yeah,
that's actually really cool though.
It's not debilitating in any fashion. Like, it's not in my real vision. You know what I mean? It's just like in my mind's eye.
Same, dude.
Do you picture you said you can visualize anything, right?
I can't.
Oh, can't?
No, I can't even look. I can't remember people's faces. That's an effect from aphantasia.
Oh, that's weird to me.
No, no matter how hard I try, I could the best I could do. I don't have total aphantasia, but I have something really close to it. That's what weird. Is total aphantasia. So my mom's face is only somewhat I only remember it because I'm literally using all of my brain to remember the sensations of when I look at my mom's photo of me and mom and dad, when I was a kid, when I was a baby, how they have the family photos and shit.
Oh yeah.
Based off the emotions I feel off of that and everything, I can conclude what my mom looks like, but I can't actually visualize what her face looks like. Same with my cat, same with you, any one of my friends.
Oh, so you connect the thought to the memory.
And I use everything but the actual visualization.
So you can't beat your dick off memory?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I can probably picture what an ass looks like, but not actually picture it, I'm just I remember that asses are curvy and women are attractive, I guess. But
that's just buzzwords.
Yeah.
Said buzzwords.
But as a result, I think that's probably why my logic and my reasoning are really strong, because I'm not thinking about anything other than facts, notes, and ideas and shit like that. I think Rock Lee and Naruto actually had aphantasia.
I feel like I pictured things more words into actual visualizing, basically the complete opposite of you. That's what I make sense of things more often by visualizing it in the physical form. Not like Zach said, not the actual word, but if I think of a chair, I'm gonna picture a chair in my head.
Yeah, so you probably have hyperphagia.
Is there only the two?
No, I think there's in-betweens and shit, but basically when it comes to the extreme sides.
Yeah, I think just two extremes.
I remember looking it up because when I realized I had it, I was like, okay, so what exactly do I gain, or what are the benefits of having something that is normally hindering to me, right? Because that means I can't draw. I can't be an artist. Or I'm not going to say I can, but to be an artist, I would need to copy other artists. I can't actually draw a human from my own mind, But I read some of the things that people with aphantasia have noted they're good at. One of the things is called tactile sensor, having a good sense of dexterity and tactile responsiveness.
That makes sense.
Which is why I'm really fast when I'm typing on the keyboard. I'm I can type 120 words per minute because my tactile, my sense of touch is really good as a result.
That makes sense.
I don't even picture the keyboard. I don't have to look at it to remember where it is, where each and every letter is.
A lot of practice.
Could
more
be.
So.
But can you
Yeah, but you also
imagine
don't have
not
the-
looking at the keyboard?
Half the time I fuck up looking at the keyboard because I'm thinking, not looking at the keyboard because I'm thinking of where my fingers are on the keyboard. Also, I did get a new keyboard, and
It's weird, right?
yeah,
Transition.
yeah. Because you're just
So you just like,
a little bit off, fucking the centimeter off, but it's enough, and it's like, I think, I don't even remember what, it's a mechanical keyboard, I don't remember what keycaps, I think they're red.
red.
But it's very sensitive. Very sensitive. So one little fuck up, it's just been a struggle with this new keyboard. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude,
But is it fire? So fire
Keyboard? I like the keyboard. Yeah, I love the keyboard. And I'm gonna just have to get used to it. I've gotten better, but sometimes when I'm drunk trying to type off, I'm just butchering shit.
I got a keyboard that I don't like. Like, it does not feel good, but it looks cool. But it looks cool, and it's like, it makes sense. But like, man, like, I'm so used to this one. Like, this is like my first one. Like, I'm so used to it that it just feels good. But like, using anything else just feels off to me. It doesn't hit the same.
That's another thing that, you just gotta force yourself to do different stuff sometimes.
That's actually how you train some of your brain and shit. Like if you brush with your left hand instead of your right, unless you're left-handed, then you would brush with your right hand. It actually like flexes or stretches your brain out for like learning new things.
Yeah, but doing new things. That just makes sense. I mean, I've always said this. I don't use my left hand for anything. I basically have one arm. And honestly, for a while, Zach, I did have one arm. So like,
Yeah, I swear.
it didn't affect me at all because I only used my right hand. I very rarely use my left hand, and that just solidified to me in my head like how little I use my left hand. So I was like, I really don't need it.
So when you're gaming, you don't use it.
Oh yeah, I do,
WASD.
but the movement of my arm is what I meant to say. So, but like again, in that situation, you guys have anything? All right, we talked a lot about everything. That was Need That Podcast. It's getting late. Thank you for tuning in for episode 1.
Word.
Zach Brown,
Word.
Brian Tran, anything?
Stay tuned for the next episode, I guess.
Like more anime next time. Really, though, do your tag.
No, I do have one more thing to say. Y'all catch that new anime out?
What?
Nah, it was a joke.
That Boku no Pico, yo.
The Boku the Week.